Imagine a world 30,000 years before written history began, freezing caves, flickering firelight, and people wrapped in warm fur. But look closer, something else was happening around that fire. Today, we uncover fashion's true and surprising prehistoric beginning story. Long before malls, people already loved decorating their own bodies. Archaeologists found tiny shell beads pierced carefully over 70,000 years ago. These shells came from beaches, far from where they were found. That means someone traveled far or traded just for beauty. Fashion, it seems, is older than farming, cities, or writing. Most people picture cavemen wearing nothing but rough, plain skins. That old picture, honestly, is far too simple and wrong. Real prehistoric people crafted jewelry, dyed fabric, and styled hair. Let's dig into the real, dusty, fascinating evidence together now. In Morocco, scientists discovered bone tools used specifically for scraping hides. These tools softened leather, turning stiff skins into wearable, flexible clothing. Then came needles, tiny and sharp, carved from a slender animal bone. A needle found in Siberia dates back roughly 50,000 years. With needles, people stopped draping skins and started truly sewing garments. Fitted clothing meant warmth, but also meant personal style and choice. Some people cut fringes, others added feathers, showing off their taste. Pigments mattered too, especially a red mineral called ochre powder. Ochre traces appear on tools, bodies, walls, and burial sites everywhere. People painted their skin, maybe for rituals, protection, or simple beauty. Whatever the reason, ochre use shows deep, deliberate human self-awareness. Now picture Blombos Cave, tucked along South Africa's rugged, windswept coastline. There, researchers found engraved ochre pieces, deliberately marked with cross-hatched patterns. These weren't random scratches, they were symbols, made with real intention. Symbols mean minds capable of abstract thought, meaning, and shared culture. So fashion wasn't decoration alone, it carried meaning, memory, and identity. Further north, Denisova Cave revealed something even more remarkably delicate and beautiful. A polished bracelet carved from dark stone, over 40,000 years old. Its craftsmanship stuns modern experts, showing a skill, patience, and careful precision. This wasn't a quick craft, it took real, dedicated hours of work. Why spend hours on jewelry when survival seemed so much harder? Because beauty, even then, was never truly separate from survival itself. Now let's talk about the popular myth surrounding early human clothing. Movies show grunting cavemen dragging clubs, wearing shapeless, ragged animal skins. That image is catchy, dramatic, and almost completely hilariously wrong today. Real evidence shows careful stitching, matched colors, and thoughtfully chosen accessories. So clothing back then wasn't primitive, it was surprisingly thoughtful and intentional. Even burial sites reveal how seriously people treated personal appearance and status. At Sungir, in Russia, bodies wore thousands of carefully sewn ivory beads. Each bead took real time to shape, drill, and carefully attach. Thousands of beads meant thousands of hours devoted purely to appearance. Let's be clear, clothing wasn't only about staying warm and safe. Warmth explained skins, but not why patterns and colors mattered. Different groups wore different styles, almost like ancient tribal uniforms existed. Clothing style silently announced who belonged and who came from elsewhere. That's identity, communicated instantly, long before anyone spoke a single word. Status mattered too. Some ornaments were clearly rarer and more valuable. Rare shells, unusual stones, and bright feathers signaled wealth or skill. Even then, humans understood the quiet, powerful language of visible status. Body paint added another layer, changing appearance instantly for special occasions. Red ochre could mean life, danger, celebration, or deep spiritual meaning. We can't know every meaning, but the intention feels undeniably clear. Some scientists even believe early humans decorated hair using braids deliberately, grooming, styling, decorating. These weren't luxuries, they were deeply human habits. So next time someone mocks vanity, remember, it's ancient human nature. But one enormous mystery still remains completely unresolved, waiting to surprise us. Some researchers noticed lice evidence hidden inside ancient human genetic history. Body lice, oddly enough, only thrive when humans regularly wear clothing. That genetic clue helped date clothing's origin surprisingly earlier than expected before. Science, strangely, uses tiny bugs to reveal huge, forgotten human stories. Meanwhile, cave paintings occasionally show figures wearing decorated belts and headpieces. These aren't just hunters, they're individuals expressing something personal and lasting. Every scratch, bead, and pigment choice tells us something quietly important. These weren't accidents, they were choices made by thinking, feeling people. And the change is everything we thought about our distant ancestors' minds. They weren't simple survivors, they were creative, social, deeply expressive beings. Just like us, they wanted to be seen, remembered, and understood. So the myth of plain, boring cavemen quietly falls completely apart. But here's where things get even stranger and far more personal. Because fashion, it turns out, might explain why humans truly survived. Stay with us, because what comes next will completely change everything. So why did fashion actually matter for early human survival and life? First, self-expression. Humans have always wanted to show inner feelings outwardly. A necklace could whisper, "This is who I truly am." Second, a status. Ornaments quietly separated leaders, skilled hunters, and respected elders visually. No words needed, just a glance revealed someone's role and rank. Third, attraction, decoration helped people stand out to potential partners nearby. Beauty signals often hinted at health, energy, and genuine creative effort. Fourth, belonging, matching styles bonded people into tight, trusted social groups. Shared symbols meant safety, cooperation, and a powerful sense of unity. Fifth, ritual, special clothing marked ceremonies, ancient rites, and sacred moments. Certain patterns appeared only during births, deaths, or seasonal celebrations together. Sixth, and finally, survival. Clothing choices sometimes literally kept people alive. Better clothing meant surviving colder climates, harsher winters, and longer migrations successfully. So fashion wasn't vanity, it was a strategy, connection, and pure survival wisdom. 6 simple reasons, yet each one shaped who we eventually became. Let's trace how clothing evolved across thousands and thousands of years. It began simply with raw, unshaped skins draped loosely over shoulders. Later, people learned to scrape hides, removing fat and rotting flesh. Cleaner hides lasted longer, resisting rot, insects, and harsh outdoor weather. Eventually, someone discovered smoking hides over fire, making leather remarkably softer. That single discovery transformed rigid skins into flexible, comfortable, wearable material forever. Next came needles, turning loose skins into properly fitted, sewn garments. Fitted garments trapped more warmth, allowing survival in truly freezing environments. This breakthrough helped humans migrate into Siberia and eventually across America. Without sewn clothing, that incredible journey might never have been possible. Meanwhile, jewelry kept evolving too, becoming increasingly detailed, symbolic, and varied. Bone pendants, animal teeth, and carved figurines became popular personal adornments. Some figurines even represented fertility, protection, or powerful spiritual animal connections. Fashion had become a storytelling worn proudly on the body itself. Then came textiles, an unexpected leap far beyond simple animal hides. Twisted plant fibers found in Georgia date back 34,000 years. Some of those fibers were even dyed with natural, earthy plant colors. Color choice, even then, reflected personality, mood, or cultural symbolic meaning. Weaving techniques slowly improved, creating baskets, mats, and eventually simple woven fabric. Fabric changed everything, offering lighter, breathable options beyond heavy animal skins. As farming began, humans domesticated flax, cotton, wool, and other materials. Farming settled communities, and the settled communities produced increasingly specialized, elaborate clothing traditions. Ancient Egypt brought linen, pleats, jewelry, and remarkably sophisticated fashion sensibilities. Mesopotamia introduced fringed wool garments, showing wealth, class, and social distinction. Ancient China developed silk, an incredibly fine, luxurious, and prestigious fabric. Rome and Greece used draped fabrics, showing a status through fabric quality alone. Every civilization added new layers, new meanings, new stunningly creative fashion techniques. Yet underneath every trend, the same ancient human motivations quietly remained unchanged. Here's a surprising fact. Purple dye once cost more than gold. It came from crushed sea snails, requiring thousands just for tiny amounts. That's why purple became reserved strictly for royalty, kings, and emperors. Another surprising fact, ancient Egyptians wore elaborate wigs for style and status. Meanwhile, Viking men frequently used combs, tweezers, and careful daily grooming tools. Grooming wasn't feminine or masculine, it was simply, universally, deeply human. As centuries passed, fashion accelerated, reflecting a trade, exploration, and cultural exchange constantly. New dyes, new fabrics, new techniques traveled along ancient bustling trade routes. The Industrial Revolution then transformed fashion, making clothing faster, cheaper, and widely available. Suddenly, fashion wasn't limited to elites, it belonged to nearly everyone. Today, fashion moves instantly, influenced by media, culture, and global online trends. Yet to strip away the technology and the motivations remain, surprisingly, remarkably prehistoric. We still dress for a status, belonging, attraction, ritual, expression, and comfort. Nothing fundamental really changed, only the materials and speed truly evolved. Isn't it strange how ancient instincts still quietly guide modern human choices? That connection stretches back further than most of us ever realized before. So let's return to that flickering fire 30,000 years ago. Those people weren't just surviving, they were living fully, expressively, meaningfully. They braided hair, painted skin, and proudly wore carefully chosen ornaments. That's not so different from choosing an outfit before an important day. Modern fashion, at its core, is prehistoric behavior wearing entirely new clothes. We still choose colors carefully, hoping they say something true about us. We still dress differently for celebrations, mourning, work, or quiet comfort. We still want to belong, while somehow also standing out uniquely. Every outfit you choose echoes instincts older than language, cities, or civilization. Fashion isn't shallow, it's one of humanity's oldest, most honest languages. Every bead, stitch, and color choice connects us across unimaginable spans of time. So the next time you get dressed, remember this ancient, powerful story. You're not just wearing clothes, you're continuing a 30,000-year tradition. Now tell us, what does your own style say about you? Drop a comment below and share your own personal fashion story.